Okay, travelers, let's jump in here talking about lead magnets. I know the blogging section was a little longer. We're going to talk about how to create lead magnets, what they are, and how to use them. So a lead magnet is simply something of value, something that's interesting and helpful enough that I would be willing to exchange my contact information in order to get that. So it could be a list, could be an ebook, could be something that I find interesting or helpful enough that I'll give you my contact information. Now, a lead magnet, you'll hear lots of different names. Lead magnet value offer. I've even heard ethical bribe, freebies, whatever you want to call it. I've also used a term content upgrade, and you'll hear that term, and that means it's in a blog post, I'm already talking about how to create a great LinkedIn profile, and then I have a content upgrade that says click here to download your template for a great LinkedIn profile or a bio. And so that value offer or lead magnet ties in with this content, so it's a value upgrade or a content upgrade. A content upgrade. So it's the same thing. You're exchanging an email address or contact information for that content. Now, remember, I keep going back to our content universe. The planets are the pieces that social media is shining to, and that the intent of your content planets is to draw people closer to you. So the intent is for it to build trust, show your expertise. It draws people in to say, you're the expert. I want to know more about you and what you're doing. The purpose is to educate people. So you're building trust. It also is to entertain. It might be something that's entertaining, a fun quiz, something interesting like that. And that builds likability. So the way your writing style could create likability in your blog content as well as your lead magnets. And then obviously it's self-promotion. So it's building awareness for your brand. Now, the sun, your core, that's the services you provide. So it's the point where people need to work with you. They've now established enough trust. They like you, they know you, they trust you, they're willing to work with you. So you need to make sure these lead magnets are not so light and weak that it doesn't draw them into the sun. So you want to be pulling them in. Now, your content, your planets are things like the blog posts. That's a big piece of content that pulls people closer to you. Videos, webinars, SlideShare decks, podcasts, infographics, speaking at live events could be a planet, because that's a way that you're getting your message out there and drawing people closer. They want to know more about you. Resource guides, white papers, all of these, and there's so many more. I think of, every day I go, oh, that would be a great lead magnet, or that would be a great lead magnet. Facebook Lives are a lead magnet, or not a lead magnet, but a planet that's pulling people in. I would add a lead magnet to a Facebook Live to pull them in. And then social media, I use to shine the light on the pieces of content that I've created. So I announce my Facebook Live on social media. I post something on social media saying, download our tip sheet on how to work with this type of company. I might have a social media post that says, do you want to blog? Do you want to know how to blog better or connect better with your bloggers? Download my 9 tips on writing better blog posts. And they'll see that on social media. They'll click on the link, and then it takes them to a landing page to exchange their content information. So looking at what's in your inventory, we've talked about blog posts. So that's a planet. You're writing regular blog posts. Maybe you're creating videos. Maybe that's in your inventory already. Look at your content. And I always tell people, sometimes it's kind of like when you decorate your house. We always call it shopping your own house. You can go through your house and go, I'm going to just move this piece over here. Or I have something stuffed in the back of the closet I haven't taken out in a while. And all of a sudden it freshens up a whole room. Go through your website and create a content inventory. What pieces of content do you already have? Maybe you have videos that you forgot about. Go through your YouTube channel if you've got videos there and write down the one. You'll find some that need freshening up. So maybe they need to be redone, or maybe it's a great topic, or maybe the topic is weak. So go through your content and just take an inventory of what you have, because you'll be surprised. Now, lead magnets, the purpose of them is to pull a like or someone who's looking at your content into a lead. So if someone's reading your blog post and then they leave, you didn't capture that lead. So if they read your blog post and at the bottom of your blog post, it says, would you like to download our, we have one that gets a lot of clicks, and that's our activities that you should do on social media every week, every day, every week, and every month. So we've kind of created this list of daily, weekly, and monthly activities. And at the end of a blog post, I can put that. Download your free resource guide on your daily, weekly, and monthly activities. So the purpose is they read the blog post, and if they like it, maybe they want more. Don't leave your reader going, what else do you have? And then they leave. So make sure that you're leaving something for that next step. And it helps qualify your leads if you can create lead magnets that are specific enough that you're almost asking them a question. If you are in, here's a great example. I had one that was, how social is your business? Anybody would download that. Then I had another one called, how social is your hotel? Who's going to download that? Managers of hotels. That's how I wanted to qualify. I wanted to know if they were in the hotel industry. So that if you can make your content more specific, which we talked about last week, about creating that, identifying that niche audience, you'll be able to create lead magnets that are more specific. So your tips, make sure they're valuable. It's something that is not just fluff. It's something that would really be helpful to your audience. Give it away for free. Make sure it's also consumable in one reading. If you give someone an ebook and it's 58 pages, I might go, oh, I don't have time to get to that right now, so I won't read it, and I will never get to the end where there might be a call to action. So typically a lead magnet is going to be something that is consumable in one sitting. And then make sure at the bottom of your lead magnet, if someone read it and they consumed it and they said, wow, this was great, this was really helpful, what else do you have? Take me somewhere else. Maybe at the bottom of my lead magnet, it's, call me for a free consultation, or click here to see our list of services that we offer, and link back to your website. Something on that lead magnet that if they liked it, you're going to take them to the next step. So don't leave people hanging. And here are some tools that you can use to make lead magnets look more professional. Because remember, you can create a Word document and you can just save it as a PDF, and that's a lead magnet. And I've got some examples for you in your on the course area. Scroll under this video and you'll see a couple examples. And I've got one that's real simple that I used for a long time. It's a checklist, and it just looks like a clipboard. And you put in your 10 tips and save it as a PDF. Super simple. And start with that one if you don't have any. There's that template. I use a service called Beacon. It does have a cost. I think we've talked about this, but Beacon is a place where you can create, and there's an example. Actually, most of our resource guides are created in Beacon, so they're all consistent looking. They've got the orange background, and they've got an image on the front, and then it has the second page is usually the tips. Sometimes it's a third page as well, and then there's a closing page. The back page is a call to action or a link back to our website. So you can use a tool like Beacon. PowerPoint, you can look at the Beacon one and you can create the same thing in PowerPoint or Keynote or even Word. You can create your own templates, save them, and then use those for your lead magnets, and then save it as a PDF. Boom, you're able to deliver it. So when you look at the machine that you're now creating, one step at a time, you're creating this machine. You've got a social media post that shines light on your blog post. At the end of the blog post, there's a lead magnet to capture someone's address. Now you need to put that, and there's another course that we're going to talk about lead pages, but when somebody clicks on to download your lead magnet, there's a landing page that asks for their email address and their name. That service is either a service like ClickFunnels, Lead Pages, or you might have a web designer that can create that for you. I like Lead Pages because it's just easy. Just their templates. And I say, okay, I want that landing page. And it's a form already there. The person enters their email address, and Lead Pages already sends it to my email service. So it's going to put that into MailChimp or Constant Contact or Aweber or whatever your email service is. It's going to put it into that service for you. So you've got the social media post, shines light on the blog post, shines light to the lead magnet at the end. Now they've gone to Lead Pages. You now have their email address, And now you can send a monthly newsletter or a nurture campaign of emails to them. So you might be overwhelmed going, this is a ton to take in. You're still trying to figure out how to write your blog post. You don't have to do this all at once, but this is so important because 6 months later, people look back and go, I've been posting on social media for 6 months. I see no results. The reason is you're missing these pieces. You have to have a lead magnet to capture someone's contact information so that you can then email them and nurture the relationships along the way. So, set yourself a goal. And I always say lead magnets, if they're short enough but still great content, create 2 to 4 a month. It should take you about 30 minutes to an hour to create a lead magnet if you've got the idea. And usually while I'm blogging, I go, oh, this would be a good piece, a good lead magnet piece that I should create. Think of them as digestible, consumable pieces, and that'll help you. So here's your challenge. So you're writing your blog post. Now I want you to think of what are some tips and resources that I could turn into a lead magnet, and just jot down some ideas, and then just pick one. Start with the super simple template that we have for you that's a clipboard. So think of 10 tips or 10 apps that would help, or 10 tips for your morning routine to set you off straight, or 10 questions that everyone should know before they hire a blank, fill in your industry. Fill that one out on that template. It's a Word doc here, and then just save it as a PDF. Now you have your first lead magnet. Share that with us so we can, give you feedback or cheer you on along the way. This is a big, heavy suitcase week with lots packed into it, but I know you can do it. Take on the challenge, make huge progress this week.